People panic.
There are some neighbours like us that don't want the trees removed, and there are some neighbours that are quite happy for the trees to be removed.
The gift of a woodland park is dividing the people of Havelock North. George Nelson planted mainly oak trees in the 8-hectare woodland, now part of the Kairunga Gardens. And in 1961, he gave the land to the community. But Hastings District Council is proposing to replant the park, removing dozens of large trees after some fell over and neighbours complained of shading and encroachment. The council's draft management plan was written by local resident Chris Ryan. He's defending his claim that trees die 3 times faster in New Zealand because they grow 3 times faster.
They're not going to live anywhere near as long here. This is a common misconception.
His longevity theory is included as fact in his plan. But experts say there's no evidence to support the theory. The experts say the trees are healthy, but some have suffered from over-pruning, which has been carried out to appease the neighbours.
The trees adjacent to the boundaries, the properties, they've been pruned quite significantly to a point where they've probably compromised the structure of those trees. So that really needs to be addressed. But nothing that couldn't be done what I would consider good tree management. And some sort of successful planting needs to take place as well to ensure you've got that canopy, maintain that canopy. Because at the minute you've got a mature one, but not much thereafter. You know, so if we're looking long term, what's going to replace that when the trees naturally do need to go? Some people have commented on they've reached the end of their useful life, but I think anyone who walks up there would it'd be hard to support that.
Ryan says with the trees having poor root structures and with a broken canopy making the soil vulnerable to erosion, some trees must go to save the forest.
The council was asked to either prune severely or remove some of those trees because the residents were concerned that the trees would fall over into their swimming pools or gardens or on their houses. Now this of course annoyed quite a big group of people who thought they shouldn't be cut down. So okay, the council compromised and cut some trees down. That created even more stink because the other people thought, well, people who come here to build or buy a house can see the trees, investigate what the problems are and decide is it a high risk or not. In fact, none of those trees or any tree has fallen in that direction.
But some neighbours would be sad to see the oaks go.
We bought the property because of the trees. It was one of the selling points for us. We've been here about 8 years. We haven't been talked to about the impact of the railway, the miniature railway. With the taking out all the trees, the miniature railway becomes clearly visible to us, and it's also noise impact.
And what about George Nelson, the man responsible for gifting the land and planting the trees in the first place? Some are concerned about his legacy.
The trees are massively important because he planted them, and the job they do, I just think it's wrong to take them out without first having proper scientific analysis and saving what can be saved, which I believe is most of them. I agree, some have failed, but when you look at the soil, which is this Havelock pan, water runs across the pan. Where there's a break, the water drops out, and those trees where the roots have rotted, there was continuous water dripping on their root ball. But the ones above it, I don't believe they are in danger.
People panic. And I think there's no point. I think we have to be reasonable. We have to try and give people a bit of a chance to develop something new and look at what that actually is, and I think it could be really gorgeous.
The council says the draft management plan is just a starting place and welcomes public submissions which close on March 15. An independent arborist report on the woodland has been commissioned. Patrick O'Sullivan, Local Focus.